those hipsters I wanna dance.
I said, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop talking to me. Stop, don't stop, don't stop.
Hey guys, what is up? This is Cubewhack here, and this is my first ever Nightfall video. We actually did this with only 2 people when you usually need 3, but we both have the new exotic, well it's not new, but it's new to Xur. Xur this weekend was selling the exotic sniper rifle called the Icebreaker, and it did incredibly well on this, well enough that the point that 2 people using it could actually complete the Nightfall on their own. So yeah, we're gonna start fast forwarding here in a second, all the way through to the final boss, just to save time. And yeah, but you should be hearing the game audio in the background right now a little bit, and I actually had to sync that up myself because the Elgato, I guess it has syncing issues, but it was really so easy to fix. I'm not even gonna trip about it. I can fix it myself really easy in Vegas, and I still think it is better than the Roxio. But let's actually talk about the Nightfall this week. So the Nightfall is on one of the Venus strikes, as you can see. I don't remember the name of it. I don't know. It's where you have to, never mind. You'll see at the end what happens. I don't really want to spoil it, because I haven't done my strike videos yet of all the strikes. So all these are kind of just, I can't really tell you what happens, because that's kind of a spoiler if you're watching this for your first time of Destiny. And I actually died there. I got sniped by a hobgoblin, and it was no big deal though. And this sniper though, let me talk about this sniper a little bit. So it does fire damage, as you can see, or solar as it's called, as you can see. And we actually just 2-shotted a like ultra hydra or whatever they're called, with the yellow health bars, which are more intense than the regular red health bar enemies. And me and him, we actually only both got 1 shot in on it, in its critical spot, its precision damage location, and it died. So it is a really good sniper for this. And it actually, you can't pick up ammo for it. You have to actually, it just regenerates over time, and there is no reloading, which is pretty cool, because you don't have to waste time with the reloading animation. It just kind of loads it straight in. But sometimes it could be a pain on missions like this, where you have to wait for your ammo to regenerate, and you're hiding and you're waiting and all that, because the more you shoot it, the slower it regenerates. If you leave it sit for a while, it'll start regenerating faster, or if you shoot it and you time yourself. But yeah, this part here actually is probably the most useful part of it. We're actually one-shotting people without even doing precision damage, and that was really cool. And actually, when you did do precision damage on a hobgoblin or like a regular goblin, it did 15,000 damage. And don't let me make you guys think that this was a sniper alone. This week in the Nightfall, every single elemental damage was buffed, so that means it does more damage with both Void, which is not this sniper, Solar, which is this sniper, and then Arc, which is the blue color damage. They are all buffed, so anything of that sort is more whatever you call it, stronger this week. But yeah, this part here actually does take a little bit. We ended up being here for a while. This is probably the longest portion, even longer than the boss, believe it or not. And I got a notification. Oh, I don't need to look at that right now. I'm recording. But yeah, the boss part is actually the only part I didn't fast forward, because there was no really other bosses or anything that was worth really watching in normal speed. I mean, the boss part I could probably even sped up, but these Minotaurs here, these Axis Minotaurs, they gave us a little bit of trouble, because they were actually, they took 5 shots from the sniper to kill. So, yeah, it was kind of hard. And my friend that I was with, Butter, he actually died right there. His name is Max. You've seen him on my channel before, probably. He actually died, so I had to run over here. And you have to be careful reviving on this, because hobgoblins are one-hit kills, no matter where they hit you, pretty much. It's very unlikely to survive a sniper bullet or even their grenades. But I have done it before. Everybody's done it before on a mission like this, where you can survive 1 sniper shot. But very, very likely that 1 shot will kill you. If you get shot by like a weak enemy like a Drake, and you take 1 damage and then you get sniped, there's like no preventing it, pretty much. But if you have full health, there is a slight chance you will not die. See, that's why I'm hiding right here. These hobgoblins just spawned in. And yeah, they actually, as you saw earlier, I got sniped by that hobgoblin and I died in 1 shot. But I could also kill him in 1 shot. And right here, he actually went down again. But it was pretty easy to heal him, since I had this rock to protect me when I picked him up that time. So yeah, that was pretty handy to have there. And these hobgoblins though, most of the time, since my friend was closer to them than I was, they didn't really pay too much attention to me. But see, these ones, they have the yellow titles. They are Axis hobgoblins. and they actually survived a bit more shots and stuff. It would usually take 2 on them unless I hit them right in the weak spot. And right here is actually where some Hydras and Harpies spawn, and the Harpies were literally as hard to kill as the Hydras. Like, the Harpies, because they had their arc shields, the shield color also tells you what they're weak to, how to defeat them easier. But Hydras, they don't have any elemental shields, they only have their rotating shields. And it takes 2 shots into a Hydra's face to kill it. And these Harpies, it was actually a lot freaking harder to kill them than the Hydras because they moved around a lot more. And with their shields, it took just as many bullets, which was 2 with our snipers. And my other weapons really couldn't do much because all of my primaries, none of them have elemental damage, even though 2 of them are legendary. My specials, those all have they all have elemental damage because, or my heavies, I mean, because that's just kind of something the heavies do. They all have their own damage type, except machine guns. Some very early machine guns don't. I think all rocket launchers do. I'm not sure though. I think they all rocket launchers actually might have solar damage, or most of them, and then some of them might be some other. I don't know. I've had my legendary rocket launcher. That's the only legendary rocket launcher I've ever gotten, and I just kind of stuck with it. And right here, actually, I skipped past the pike. My friend got on one just to get there faster, but I skipped past it just to be safe. And right here, you can see I sniped these guys right in the weak spots of both of them, so it was a one-shot kill. And then I just started killing the Minotaurs, even though they were way out there, just to try to kill them. And I got 1 shot away, and I could not hit him again because he was just moving around too much. And then my my teammate actually moved up sooner than I did. As you can see, he's over there to the left. He moved up a lot sooner than I did. And there's actually Harpies over there too that I couldn't really see from my spot, so I didn't really do much for this. And then when I actually did move to get a better angle, it turned out he had already killed them all because he has the same exact sniper I was using. And pretty much this is the last guy we had to kill, and I took him out like that, and that was it. There was like 1 Harpy left, I think, but he had taken out a Minotaur by himself, or 2, and then that Harpy was the only thing left, so I just shot it real quick, got rid of it. He was using the scout rifle, because his scout rifle was doing a lot more damage than any of my primaries, because it was a legendary with actual elemental damage for once, which was cool for him. And he also has some exotic weapons too, besides the icebreaker that he was using. But I do not have any other exotics, and you can only use 1 at a time, so it's kind of hard to switch out and stuff. But yeah, so here he actually ended up killing one of the Hydras, because there were 2 Hydras at this part. He killed one of them alone, and I didn't even realize. And I came here ready to kill it. I was looking for it right there when I zoomed in, but he told me, oh, he had already killed it. It's like, oh, okay, well, that makes my life a little bit easier, I guess. And right here, we actually came across, this is coming up towards the boss, but there is a long sequence of battles, or enemies that spawn in before the boss of Vex, and, well, there's only a few Vex, and then all of the Fallen start spawning in, but yeah. So just watch here, you'll see there's like a lot of freaking captains that were a pain because of their shields,
from the prison of elders.
And none of us really had arc damage to take down their shields. Like to the left right there for a second, you saw that blue glow, that was his arc shield. But yeah, we actually got real cheap right here. This makes it a lot easier, and it doesn't make it like 100% guaranteed easy, but getting down here makes it a lot easier. So we just did that, and it is kind of cheap. But we would have probably never made it through this if we hadn't have done this, because they're just all over the place, and it's hard to really find cover. So this is just like cover, but see, they can still get you. It's not like you're invulnerable or whatever. You are still like prone to damage, I guess. It's just very, very unlikely. And they're actually spawning on top of us and stuff on top of this little grate. So that actually made it a little bit more difficult. My buddy actually went down there for a second, so I had to revive him. I think he spawned up top, though, too, when that happened. Or he fell off the edge or something. But see, now they spawned him outside of the gate. So I actually sit in here by myself for a while, trying to clear him out so I can go and respawn him. Or revive him, I mean. And it got a little bit challenging, especially with the bosses. And then I pulled out my rocket launcher, and he started telling me, no, you're going to hit the roof or something and just kill yourself, and we're going to have to restart. Because one of the rules of the Nightfall, which I failed to mention earlier, is that if all your party members die, you don't go back to the last checkpoint. You go back to orbit. You have to restart the entire mission. And I actually probably had time to revive him there, but he told me not to do it because he had a lot of enemies. And it turns out later on, because I thought I was going to have to leave this little area, but I could revive him actually through the gate, so it actually made that a lot easier. And yeah, but right here I was just pretty much shooting all the dregs and the shanks because they were all that was really left. There was like a captain somewhere hiding, but there was a lot of dregs and shanks, just kind of making this a little bit more annoying and difficult, so I just took out like all of them. And then you see I go back over here, and I actually do revive him right now, I believe. Or maybe I don't. Maybe he told me to go back again because I asked him if it was safe, and he's like, no, there's a captain coming or something. And I think I might have just, no, maybe I did go revive him. And then I didn't even realize that first time where the revive thing showed up. I didn't even realize I could. But then I revived him there, and he actually had a little bit of difficulty getting in here again because of all those rocks right outside, but he did it eventually. See, he was trying, still trying, and there he goes, he gets in. And yeah, but I guess in this room too, this little area that we were at, if you go too far back down that slope in the back of the little area and you touch the gate, it'll glitch you through the gate and it will launch you into your death over the edge pretty much, and you don't want that to happen on this. Because even though your teammate can revive you, I'm sure there's a high possibility of him reviving you, and then it lets you, like, it will probably respawn you on the other side just to die again, and you're pretty much screwed for the rest of it. But I don't really see how this little area down here was, like, not meant to be discovered, because there is openings to get in here. I mean, if they really didn't want anybody down here, they wouldn't have openings, right? That's what I would think, but they do have openings for whatever reason. And yeah, it makes it a little bit easier, but it's still not 100%. It takes a lot longer, as you can see, because we've been here for quite a while down here, and I think we're still gonna be down here for quite a while longer, but I'm not quite positive. I don't remember that well. Hold on, let me drink some water. Sorry about that, my mouth's getting a little dry from talking so much right now. But yeah, this sniper though, this sniper is definitely the best range coins I've ever spent, and right there actually is where we ended up killing the last drag, and he goes up, and right there it activated this little device in the center that you're standing on, and now the boss is going to come out of there. And right now it is actually back to normal speed since the boss battle's coming up, so it's going to be a real weird change of pace. It's going to look a lot slower now, like slow motion almost compared to what we've been watching. But it does. I'm actually watching this as I record it, or as I record this commentary, obviously, because I can. Just kidding. But I actually just learned right now how to record commentary in Sony Vegas, and I don't know how well it's going to sound, so if this is really crappy sounding audio, I'm sorry, because I really don't feel like doing this commentary twice. Because post-commentary isn't really my thing. I am a Let's Player. I do live commentary, which I'm going to start having to sync up myself as well again, like how I used to. That is no big issue for me, really, because I've already been doing that, but I had to do it in the crappy Roxio software. Now I'm going to be able to do it with the actual Sony Vegas software that I use to edit all my other stuff, all my Pokemon videos I edit with it, and it's going to make it a lot easier for me, because now I could link up at the beginning of my videos. How I usually sync it up is I go to the PlayStation Home and I'll go 3 items over and I'll say 1, 2, 3 as I do it, and then I'll go back and do another 1, 2, 3. And then what I'll do with the audio is I'll just match that up with the movements and everything, and I'll get it like either exactly perfect or really close. And yeah, it will it should work that way usually. Usually it does. Sometimes I'll be still a little bit too off and I'll think I was on. I'll think I was like perfectly spot on sync, but I'll still be off sync a little bit, and it is noticeable, and it's kind of frustrating when that happens, but I try not to let that happen at all. And right here actually in the video I was using my scout rifle, and I don't know why. I was doing literally no damage on him at all. It was doing like nada. And then it was doing like 154 each time. That sniper was doing 5 guys in each time. And the coolest part about the sniper, like I've said before, is you don't need to pick up ammo. So if you're stuck in a place like this where all the ammo is dropping outside, it just keeps generating. Like watch the ammo right here. It goes from 1 to 2, 1, 0. It's going to go back up to 1. Back. Alright, yeah, see? It's a really cool weapon. I'm happy I got it too, because he leaves. Or he already left now. because this is being uploaded on Sunday and I recorded on Saturday though. But it is probably the. I was gonna buy the Titan helmet because my Titan needs a helmet when he gets to level 20. I was like, oh, I could just buy this, but I honestly do not need that right now. He already has a legendary gauntlets and a legendary chest plate. I mean, Zerg comes back all the time and is usually always an exotic helmet engram. I mean, watch, next week, the one time my Titan's already going to be level 20 finally, it needs a helmet because I already have an exotic helmet for my other class, my Warlock and my Hunter. Yes, it's not going to be a helmet engram. But it could be really anything for my Titan. I mean, I don't know. I've been kind of debating with myself if I want my Titan, my Hunter, and my Warlock's exotic armor to all be helmets. Or what? Because you can only have one exotic armor piece on at a time, and you're going to hear some click for a second. Sorry, I was exiting out of something. But you're going to hear, you can only wear one piece of exotic at a time. You can own as many exotic armor pieces as you want. You can only have one on at a time. And it's pretty pointless to waste the shards unless you're already maxed out on all your characters to upgrade and have exotic armor that you're never going to use probably. But I don't know, because my exotic for my Warlock and my Hunter is already a helmet. And I'm like, do I really want a helmet for both of them? Do I really? So I might, or all of them I should say, but I kind of want to get an exotic chest plate. That would be cool. Even gauntlets would be pretty cool. Or if they end up making exotic leg armor, because they do not do that yet, that would probably be really cool to be like wearing the first ever exotic leg armor. And right there, we actually killed the boss. I don't know if I got a headshot on him for the last shot or not, or if I even made the last shot. But he did die, and everybody came rushing out. I didn't get that great of rewards. At the bottom it says I found Ascendant Energy and Vanguard. I actually thought it said Ascendant Shards at first, and I was super hyped because Ascendant Shards are for armor and they help you get your light up, which is really good because when you get higher light you get more levels, and all I needed was a few more Ascendant Shards and I would have been a level 29 instead of 28, so I was really looking forward to that, but I got Ascendant Energy instead. I didn't even realize, and that was kind of bummed me out because I have a lot of that stuff already. I think I have like 50 now. And I never end up using it because I never have the need to yet. But yeah, the video is about to end, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like to show your support. You could also subscribe to see next week's Nightfall or weekly Heroic, whichever one I decide to film. But as always, I'm Cubawack. I'm signing out, and I will catch you next time.